Well, greetings and welcome. It's the Lost Tapes, a talk show about, well, pop culture, pop music, something other than, news and world events and your love life and home repair and gardening and that sort of stuff. It's something different. And it's what we do here on the Texas State Network. Been at it a little over 5 years now. Glad to have you along. Phone number's up here if you want to talk about your favorite radio commercials or see if I could put in a request for one that I might have with me. I've got about 500 of them here. And I'm just picking and choosing some of the intriguing ones out of the stacks. 888-256-1080. 888-256-1080. In the Dallas-Fort Worth area, my phone number is 817-543-5580. The reason behind this is it came to my attention. This was the 80th anniversary of the radio commercial existing. And in lieu of a postage stamp or some sort of national holiday, I thought this might be the thing to do. Now, we were closing out the last hour by playing a couple of beer commercials, and it occurred to me that a friend of mine gave me a record with some Lone Star beer commercials from about 1962 that were aimed at black audiences. And it's interesting because they've got 4 different commercials here, each one going to a little lower level, if you understand what I mean. I'll take them in descending order. They get a little more common as they go on, and we'll just play a little portion of the first couple here.
A million a day, say Lone Star for me. Every day, a million folks agree. Lone Star tastes so clean and fresh and clear. No wonder they call it the certified premium quality beer, yeah.
Okay, so that's how that one starts out. That's the one that's called Dixie. This is called Rhythm and Blues.
Lone Star so good, so light and clear. Certified premium quality beer. They brewed in San Antonio, and that's not far from here.
And I'll tell you something. That Lone Star's got something.
Now, that's a pretty cool commercial. That's a pretty cool commercial. Okay, now we're going to go to this one, which it gets a little more down, a little more from the hood.
A million a day, say Lone Star for me. Every day, a million folks agree. Lone Star tastes so clean and fresh and clear. No wonder they call it the certified premium quality beer, yeah.
Man, when you pop the top on a nice cold can of Lone Star beer, you've really done yourself a favor. And with that easy opening aluminum, you can pop that.
Okay, now we're coming to the fourth one, which I'm going to run all the way through. This announcer still sounds like he's wearing a shirt and tie, right?
Quality beer. No wonder, a million a day saved.
Okay, now this next commercial is definitely your lowest common denominator spot. And it's got some copy points that I just can't imagine coming out of a corporation, including a slogan that, well, we'll talk about it afterwards. Just listen to this copy, and man, this is an amazing commercial.
Well, come on, everybody, let's have a ball. If you want to feel about 10 feet tall, a Lone Star beer for everybody here to show you how come it's their only one. That's a certified premium beer, yeah.
Man, when you get with Lone Star, you really with it. For a toast to the host, it's the most. With that many cats swinging over to Lone Star, you know you ain't shooting craps when you try it. Lone Star's just about the rightest beer around here these days, and if you ain't tried it lately, you ought to give it another go. Lone Star's got that old pizzazz, and you're gonna like it. So get started.
Well, let's have a Lone Star. You heard him say, a million folks do it every single day. Don't be bashful, just step right up. Make it a million and one to have more fun with Lone Star beer.
I can't imagine somebody actually approving that line. When you try it, you ain't shooting craps. I mean, man, now that's a sell line for a product. You ain't shooting craps, man. So there you go. The 4 Lone Star spots from, I think it's 1962 is where it's from out in New Orleans. Jim in Dallas, welcome to the Lost Tapes, man.
How you doing this evening?
Oh, I am. I'm paying the bills.
Enjoying it. A couple came to mind, being a native Dallasite, the early 7-Eleven commercials and also Robert Hall.
Oh, Robert Hall and 7-Eleven. Okay.
You know, I think Les Paul and Mary Ford did Robert Hall for a long time.
Let's see. I don't have any Robert Hall, but
The 7-Eleven, when we're open, it's 7 days a week. We open till 11. From 7 days a week, we're open till, the whole deal. It was really good.
let's try this one. This is from 1958.
Oh, good. Yeah.
This is pretty vintage here.
No waiting in those long checkout lines. No scurrying 'cause you've got no time. Have you forgotten anything? 7-Eleven has everything. I like a 7-Eleven store.
Okay, well, I've got that much of a jingle anyway.
That's pretty good. It reminds me of the old push mowers.
Okay, let me try. I'm going to try one more. I'm going to pop this on you since you're from Dallas, and you were growing up around that time. See if you know this product.
When good fried chicken is mentioned, people naturally think of Youngbloods, because Youngbloods chicken is so tender, fresh, delicious. Tonight, try a good chicken dinner at Youngbloods. You'll find a chicken dinner to suit every appetite: white meat, dark meat, drumsticks, thighs, or livers and gizzards. The whole family will enjoy the quiet atmosphere, the good service, the delicious food at Youngbloods, Colorado at Zang's, Northwest Highway at Preston, or in Fair Park.
There you go. Do you remember Youngbloods?
Oh, without a doubt, sure.
Yeah, it was a good chicken joint.
Oh, yeah.
I used to go to the Gus Thomason and Ferguson one, though. They didn't mention that one.
Yeah. In fact, I think one of the later ones was major intersection now, but Preston had what we would call LBJ. It was just a 289 back in those days.
Yeah. Let me try one more. And hey, Jim, thanks for calling.
Enjoy it.
Here's one more. Since we're on the subject of fast food, let me play this one because it's just so dang old. This is 42 years ago, and it's for McDonald's. Now, this is when McDonald's had the tile buildings with the arches that ran the length of the building from the front to the back, if you remember those. And what's strange is McDonald's in 1960, maybe they hadn't quite told all their people that were preparing radio commercials what McDonald's was all about, because they kind of come off with a little bit with a Scottish thing, well, since it's McDonald's.
Put man, be thrifty, eat nifty. Enjoy a 15-cent McHamburger and pass the word along to the clan about good eating at McDonald's, 1385 Niagara Falls Boulevard. Tell them about those melt-in-your-mouth McCheeseburgers for only 19 cents, those creamy, smooth, triple-thick shakes for just 20 cents, and crisp golden McFrench fries for a dime. But, man, what a bargain in good eating. Come join me for McLunch or McDinner at McDonald's, 1385 Niagara Falls Boulevard. That's 1/2 mile north of Sheridan. The place with those brightly lighted rainbow arches and that inviting look. McDonald's.
Bagpipes to sell McDonald's hamburgers. Okay, well, I guess they thought it was appropriate. And to be entirely fair, let's go back 41 years for this one.
Good afternoon, Jack in the Box. Sorry, old salt, it's like I've told you before. Jack in the Box is a drive-through. Drive up to the microphone, give your order, then drive through and pick up your food, piping hot and ready to eat. Yeah, well, I'm sorry you got a boat instead of a car, but there aren't any Jack in the Box roll-throughs. No, we're not planning to build a channel so you can roll through. Oh, I see. You're building a channel yourself. Gotta humor the old geezer. Well, thanks for calling, old salt. We'll be looking for you in your boat.
That fellow with the rowboat again, Joe?
Yeah, he insists he's building a channel so he can roll through Jack in the Box. Oh, well, time for me to take off now. See you tomorrow. Building a channel yet.
Jack in the Box quality is guaranteed.
That's from December of 1962. It's from San Diego, which is, I think, the town where Jack in the Box set up their first shop, if I'm not mistaken. Going to take a short break. Back with your phone calls and more rare vintage commercials right here on the Lost Tapes.
George Gimarc, Lost Tapes.
Texas CPAs say some taxpayers may be paying more in taxes than necessary because they take the standard deduction instead of itemizing. To make sure you don't fall into this trap, calculate your taxes both ways. If your itemized expenses total more than the standard deduction, then itemize this year. However, be aware that if your adjusted gross income exceeds certain amounts, your total allowable itemized deductions may be reduced. For 2002, itemized deductions decrease by 3% of the amount your AGI exceeds $137,300 for single and joint taxpayers, $68,650 for married filing separately. This reduction cannot exceed 80% of total itemized deductions and excludes deductions for medical expenses, casualty and theft losses, and investment interest expenses. If you discover you could have saved money by itemizing, file an amended return. Form 1040X will let you negate your original standard deduction and in its place list all of the money-saving deductions you should have taken. Financial foresight from the Texas Society of CPAs.
Are you or your child disorganized, forgetful, and impulsive? Do you have difficulty concentrating, remembering what you've read? Do you have difficulty staying on time or meeting deadlines? You may have ADD and attention deficit disorder. Diagnosis and treatment may change your life almost immediately. Every Saturday night from 8 to 9, listen to Dr. Harvey Davison and the Attention Deficit Disorder Hour on KRLD. Tune in Saturday nights if you have questions about ADD. Dr. Davison will be taking your calls live on the air. The Davison Clinic has been evaluating and treating children, adolescents, and adults for over 30 years. For more information or to make an appointment, you may call the Davison Clinic at 972-480-0000. Remember, 972-480-0000 to learn about the Davison method of innovative medicine, modern psychology, and professional hypnosis. The Davison Clinic. Call today. 972-480-0000.
Hello, I'm Charlie Jones. Everyone's Internet is not having a sale. No sales, no rebates, no introductory offers because EV1 is already the cheapest. It's just $10 a month. If you've got a new computer, maybe you need to upgrade to a more reliable and more affordable service. Call Everyone's Internet and get hooked up. 800-504-SURF. That's 800-504-SURF. For $10 a month, you get no busy signals, 300 megs of web space, unlimited email accounts with free spam filtering and free virus filtering for each one of those, and 24-hour tech support. Can you say 24-hour tech support? And if you travel, put EV1 on your laptop because Everyone's Internet services over 1,681 markets nationwide. That's right, EV1 is nationwide and it's just $10 a month. So don't wait for a sale. Pay less and get more every day. Call Everyone's Internet today. 800-504-SURF. That's 800-504-SURF, or check them out. They're at evnumeral1.net.
Catch a new wave, it's Everyone's Internet.
Certain additional fees apply. See website for complete details. The source for breaking news, all day. KRLD.
The Lost Tapes is on the air. George Gimarc here. It's a talk show tonight about the 80th anniversary of the radio commercial. Started out as an infomercial up in New York and just kind of grew from there. Fortunately, the commercials got shorter, but they got more plentiful as well. And we're playing a lot of vintage commercials from between, 1940 and 1970 or so. We're going to play some of those later ones here in just a little bit. But I want to get to Martin. Are you up in New York somewhere? Or you're in Wyoming? Martin, are you there? I seem to be having difficulties here. Martin, are you there? I guess we lost Martin somewhere along the line. Is this Sanger? Mike.
Yes.
Welcome. Are you in Sanger?
No, I'm in Irving.
You're in Irving?
Yes.
Okay.
Hi, good to talk to you. I love your show. I think it's just extremely entertaining.
Oh, thanks. We try.
Yes. Well, my memory bank only goes back to the 70s, and I just heard you just say you're going to get to some of the later ones later on in the show. But I was wondering if I remember the old department stores, Teich's and Sanger Harris. If you have anything from them, that'd be great. Or if you don't, my mom tells me that she was on a show called Dallas Bandstand.
Oh, yeah.
And she said there was a Dr. Pepper jingle that went something like, Dr. Pepper is the quicker pepper rubber, and it never ever lets you down. If that's true, do you have that jingle?
I don't know that I've got my. I don't know that I have many of my soft drink commercials here. Let me see if I've got any of those. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, whoa, man! I got to play this one for you. I did find one that's even more archaic than a Sanger Harris commercial.
Oh, all right.
We're talking really archaic. This is the sort of commercial that a city council would probably love to see taken out, but I don't know how this was ever arranged that this client actually got a radio commercial. Let me play it here.
Okay.
Take a little time off today and shop the easy way. Get exactly what you want at the price you want to pay. Texas' largest shopping center, downtown Dallas. Downtown Dallas.
Do your shopping where selections are the finest and largest in downtown Dallas. No matter what you want to buy, downtown Dallas has it in a wide assortment of brands, all nationally advertised. So get exactly what you want. Shop at the stores displaying the downtown Dallas emblem.
Take a little time off today and shop the easy way. Get exactly what you want at the price you want to pay. Texas' largest shopping center, downtown Dallas. Downtown Dallas.
Now that's kind of odd to hear a radio commercial advertising to just go downtown and go shopping.
Yes.
I don't know if anybody does go shopping downtown Dallas anymore.
I don't think so, no. Hey, have you ever done a show about KZEW? Because like I said, I'm only 30, and I remember the station, but I never heard it. But have you ever had like any of the old, zoo guys in and had just like 2 hours of talking about the radio station?
I ought to do that because
that would be great.
I mean, I don't know if you're aware. I am one of those guys.
I know. Well, that's why I asked you, and I know Mike Reiner is on the ticket.
Sure.
He's
Well, maybe I ought to call Mike and Charlie Jones, who works for TSN,
right.
and I talk to John Rohde all the time.
Okay.
And John Wells, and I pretty much know we were a pretty tight family.
Really? Yeah. I ordered one of those CDs from your website where they had the old your commercials.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really great. I wish I remember the station, but obviously I was too young to really listen to it or whatever. And I don't know. I just love radio stuff. I guess I'm a radio junkie.
Me too.
I know.
Well, I got to. We're going to go into movie commercials now. So keep listening, Mike. Thanks for calling.
Thanks very much.
And that leaves a line open, by the way, in the Dallas-Fort Worth area at 817-543-5580. If you're from out of town, you're welcome to call too. It's free. It's on me. 888-256-1080. I was going to play some of the really terrific commercials from black cinema in the 70s because, oh man, the movies were so incredible anyway, but the commercials were like little mini movies, and they would take all these incredible clips and put them together in this pastiche that were, oh man, it was so visual. And lots of people getting punched and lots of, hey, sucker, and stuff like that. Well, here's the commercial you're probably familiar with.
The mob wanted Harlem back. They got Shaft. John Shaft, a big, bad black private eye, in the middle of a mess, dealing with Harlem's boss, the Fuzz, the Moth, and the Fox or two. Shaft's his name. Can you dig it? Shaft's his game. Some dig it. Some don't. Shaft, this year's toughest flick.
You say this cat is a bad mother?
Shut your mouth.
I'm talking about Shaft.
Then we can dig it.
Introducing Richard Roundtree as Shaft, directed by Gordon Parks. Music by the hot buttered soul man, Isaac Hayes. Shaft. In color from MGM, rated R. If you want to see Shaft, ask your mama.
Ask your mama. Okay, well, let's go to another one, a little more improbable. I don't know if you've ever seen this movie. It probably doesn't turn up on TV very often.
They call her Coffee, because if you jive her, she'll cream you.
This is the end of your rotten life.
Coffee, the baddest one-chick hit squad that ever hit town.
All your friends are dead. Why kill them all?
Coffee. She's got a body men would die for. And lately, a lot of them have. Coffee's black. Coffee's hot. And sometimes as sweet as sugar.
I know what you want to, and you're gonna get it.
Coffee. Always where the action is. A mean kind of super chick who don't take nothing off of nobody.
You want me to crawl? You want to spit on me and make me crawl?
See Coffee. Rated R. Under 17, not admitted without a parent. Look out, Harlem. Here comes coffee. The godmother of them all.
These Pam Grier movies are... I saw her the other night on TV, and I was trying to tell my wife who Pam Grier was, and she had never seen any of the movies, and I was trying to explain to her just how outrageous some of these films were. And these commercials do an excellent job in 60 seconds.
Okay, move along there.
Black mama, white mama. Two of the toughest chicks ever put behind bars. Fate tossed them together in the same prison, but their color kept them apart until they escaped, chained together at the wrists. Black mama, white mama, with nothing to go back to, nothing up front but trouble. Black mama, white mama. They endured every humiliation imaginable in a woman's prison, and now they were free, 1,000 miles from nowhere, bound together by chains, hate, and the erotic desires a woman gets after 1,000 nights without a man. See, Black mama, white mama, rated R, under 17, not admitted without a parent. Black mama, white mama, they were free, but not from each other.
I did not make these things up. These are real commercials from, that one's from, let me see, 1972. Oh, man, I got to go find that movie.
Ghetto Freaks explodes on the screen with excitement never before shown in a motion picture. Ghetto Freaks exposes the sensuous facts of taking over a white commune and turning the white chicks into soul sisters.
And I said, no, she's my lady. Nobody touches her.
What's the matter, man? You knew the rules when you joined this family. And the rules were real fine when you didn't have a chick of your own. And you took your share real good. Now your little pink leg is going to obey the rules. And you're going to watch.
Ghetto Freaks is a motion picture that will make every part of you react with a new feeling. Groupies, long hairs, freaks, all living in one soul family and doing the bidding of a black leader. Nothing could stop these freaks from performing their weird initiation rituals night after night. Every new white convert wore an afro and obeyed the rules of the leader, and he showed them how to get their kicks where their cracker lovers left off. Ghetto Freaks is a film you can't afford to miss. Ghetto Freaks.
Please, if anybody has a print of that movie on VHS, send it to me immediately. I have to see that. Oh, my God. Okay, I got to take a break. I got to recover here. Oh, I got a whole CD worth of these things. I just want to put it on and just let it play and play. But I think we'd be driving off the side of the road. Okay, we're going to take a short break. We'll be back with more improbable commercials. The 80th year of radio advertising, maybe the last year, on the Lost Tapes.
George Gimarc on the Lost Tapes.
There are good reasons. The Lost Tapes is back, and George Gimarc here. I think I've adequately recovered myself. I want to get to some phone calls, too, before we start slipping more into the 70s. And I got to do those Coca-Cola commercials, too, because they're just so doggone much fun. And let's see if I can find David in Addison. David, is that you?
Yes, it is.
But it's not David Addison.
It is not David Addison.
Okay, so you're not David from Moonlighting.
Absolutely not, although it was a great show its first couple of years.
Yeah, well, yeah, until they started doing those where they started pretending they were somebody else, you know.
Right.
Yeah, that's always the a sign of a deteriorating writing staff.
I end up being a fan of shows like The Last Year of L.A. Law, where I watch it thinking, why am I the last person in the country watching this show?
I don't know. I'm sure the people who watch The West Wing think the same thing.
I figure every show I haven't taken up is a drug I don't go into rehab for.
Excellent notion. Yeah, radio. That's where you need to be, which is where you are tonight. So what can we help you with?
The two thoughts. One was you're playing these great old movie commercials. We used to have movies didn't used to come out nationally on 3,000 screens. You kind of took your film from town to town, and it might show in one theater, not all over the country, and it meant that every town had its own different radio commercials. I remember talking to Jim Tabor, was on Cliff back in the 60s, and he said that McClendon, of course, had all kinds of theaters, and one of the things that you had to do duty around the station was making the commercials for these films that were kind of out of pattern at the screenings. And McClendon would make all these commercials, and Tabor said something embarrassing about one on the air one night. And it's kind of like, meet me in my office tomorrow in the screening room. And Cliff apparently had a screening room back when they were downtown. And they call in the meeting, and Tabor tells him, well, actually, this film you're telling me about, I've already seen. He said, oh, good, fine, cancel the screening, cut the spot.
Okay.
It was just, I'm sorry, it was just he thought about how, also, you used to have commercials for movies.
So they would, on a regular basis, cut spots just from the title of the film?
Usually, but I mean, they'd like have a return engagement at Casablanca or something, and instead of going after sound bites, they just say, well, sir, I have seen this movie already. I said, fine, then just do the commercial, and, I won't bring in a projectionist to show you the film. But the other thing is, I remember in the 70s, you'd get all these films, and of course you had the booth announcer would have to read all the screens it's playing on.
Oh, yeah.
High Mountain Adventure playing on, and you hear the guy, and it's playing Indicator, and Denton, and McKinney, and Greenville, and, and.
Well, now they would do that, and they would put the little hurry-up tweak to it where it'd go...
Or we wouldn't even do the screens. You don't have local theaters or, talking about what films they have. It's just, the national campaign carries the movie, and you go see it, and the only thing the local exhibitor cares about is that you bought popcorn while you got there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right.
I mean, it's a whole category that used to we didn't advertise hospitals on TV. We didn't have sleep centers and what have you. And nowadays, well, we don't have movie spots for local deals. And used to it was, this is playing on this local screen, and it would say where.
Okay, here's a vintage commercial from, I'm trying to think when this is from. This might be 60, 58, 59, 60, somewhere right in there. I'm not exactly sure. But this is a really odd spot for the thing that they do, which I vaguely remember. We'll talk about it after the spot here.
Have you seen Cinerama? Have you experienced the unique excitement and unbelievable realism of a wonder-filled Cinerama production? There's nothing in the world like Cinerama, and until you see it, you can't possibly know the thrill of this one and only entertainment medium that literally puts you in the picture. That's why thousands have traveled hundreds of miles to see the latest Lowell Thomas Cinerama production, 7 Wonders of the World, now in its 13th and final month at the Melba Theater, Dallas, the only theater in the Southwest that can or will show Cinerama. You can't afford to miss this great attraction that's right on your doorstep. But don't delay another day. The engagement is now limited.
Oh, well, they didn't do it. I've got another commercial by them where they actually have reserve seating. They actually sell reserve seats for that movie. And that is something that I can just vaguely remember getting a ticket to a movie theater, and it actually got you a particular place.
I only remember that for things like Sound of Music, and I was really little.
Yeah, it's going back right to 1960, right around in that time frame.
One other thought.
Yeah.
You mentioned someone called in and asked about the last days of Kazoo and the CD. If there is a recording of Charlie Jones' 49th birthday, it happened one day on KRLD, and they brought in a bunch of people, and they had, I don't know, Tempe Lindsay and Bob Brown and who knows who else.
Yeah, we had LaBelle and Rhodey.
Were you in on that?
I was there. John Wells
I just remember
was there.
thinking this was the kickoff party or the Viking funeral they deserved and never had.
Charlie and I had talked about doing that show for so long, and then it just never got pulled together until Janelle, his wife, pulled it together, and everybody was down for it. And maybe we need to do that some night here, and we'll introduce the rest of Texas to the glory that was album radio at one time.
At that station, and no one appreciated, not everyone, people in radio and radio junkies appreciate that Dallas at the time had 6 or 8 really top-notch radio stations. They were not all the Kazoo. I mean, there was only one zoo. But you had several other stations, like K-News in its time was a pretty great radio station, and KVIL, back when there was something, beside,
right.
They are such a shell of their former self. I don't care how much they bill.
Right.
It's like, I just remember when I was talking to someone today at lunch, we were talking about when they ran the race around the world.
Oh, what a cool contest.
It was, and they were so top-heavy with talent that, two of them running around the world let everyone expand, and you'd actually hear some of these people they had. and it continued. Part of it was a great contest, and part of it was the two guys didn't particularly like each other. But, I forget which one won. I think Chapman may have won, but even after it, they arranged a slideshow and donated the proceeds to charity. And they were still jabbing on the other. Whoever lost said, he may have won the contest, but, I got great pictures of things all over the world. His are all pictures of airports.
Yeah, I got better slides.
That's right. Well, to the end of it, and, it was a pretty terrific station. And we had several back then, and, Kazoo's probably neatest thing was, the promotional stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody does Gunch now, but these people had, the lifestyle events is pretty amazing.
Yeah, and had them all the time.
Yep.
That was the way we used to do things. Well, I got to take a break. Thanks for calling, David.
Yep.
And we're going to be back in just a moment after we play some current commercials, and then we'll be back with some old commercials. I got to do this one from Dr. Hook, because it's absolutely hilarious. These guys sound like they are stoned out of their gourds when they're cutting this commercial. Hey, it might have been. It was 1973 after all.
George Gimarc, Lost Tapes.
Suppose I ask you right now to go get your favorite FM radio, and you'd go and get it and put it here on the table. Then if I ask for your favorite AM radio, that's probably the one you're listening to right now. What about your favorite TV audio radio? Do you have one that gets TV reception? Or how about your favorite weather radio? Chances are there'd be 4 radios right here in front of us. Let me tell you that you can replace all of those with a radio that is the most reception-sensitive AM radio made, along with outstanding FM reception, TV audio, and a weather radio all rolled into one. It's the CC Radio Plus from the C. Crane Company. The CC Radio Plus, simply the best radio for people that really listen. It has a speaker specially tuned so the voices sound clearer. A power cord's included, or you can get nearly 250 hours out of one set of D batteries. How about that? And it could be you're not sure whether you want a CC radio, but it's okay to ask questions. Call them this morning at 800-522-8863. That's 800-522-8863, and ask the nice person who answers about this CC radio, or ask for a new C. Crane catalog, or find them on the web at ccradio.com.
Attention, boat lovers! From now through Sunday, February 9th, you can drive all over town shopping for boats, or you can see them all at the Dallas Boat Show. Now in progress at Market Hall, your Texas Dodge dealers present the most legendary exhibition of luxurious yachts, powerful motorboats, flashy fishing rigs, and sleek sailing vessels ever assembled. And Dodge Truck Month Power Days, with Texas-size savings on the trucks you need to haul them with. There will be hundreds of boats, skis, wakeboards, personal watercraft, and a bajillion other lake toys on display. So no matter who you are or how you like to spend your time on the water, the Dallas Boat Show will definitely have something for you. It's the Dallas Boat Show, now through February 9th. Visit Truckville at your Texas Dodge dealer to get 2-for-1 coupons valid Monday through Friday. And register to win a 2003 Sea-Doo GTI. Tax, title, and license not included. Must be 18 or older to enter. No purchase required.
Hey, you know who you are. You're the one who's out of shape. The one who can't make it up a flight of stairs without taking a rest. The one who promised to take care of themselves this year. Well, do it! Get back into shape. Get the Total Gym and stop the excuses now. You've seen Chuck Norris and Christy Brinkley on TV talking about Total Gym. It's fast. It's easy. It's the effective way to strengthen, tone, and tighten. Bottom line, Total Gym is the one and only piece of fitness equipment that will do it all, and you don't have to leave the comfort of your own home to do it. Translation, you don't have to get all dressed up. Get in the car, drive to the gym, wait for a machine to free up. You work out at home with the Total Gym. Almost 2 million people already have the fitness secret. Total Gym can change the way you look and feel now. Call 1-800-414-6633. Make the call that will change your life by ordering Total Gym today and take advantage of a special radio offer for as little as $29.95 a month with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Don't waste any more time. Get back into shape now with Total Gym. Call 1-800-414-6633. Change the way you look and feel with Total Gym.
All news all day, plus traffic every 10 minutes on the 8s. News Radio 1080 KRLD.
My name is George Gimarc. Glad to have you along for the ride. And I got to grab Tom in Plano while we're still in Commercialville. Tom, are you there? Tom? Tom. Tom's not there. Okay, Tom. Hey, this commercial from Dr. Hook and the Medicine Show. This is from their album Belly Up in 1973. And these guys, I don't know what it was. They just sound like they are completely, they're completely looped when they cut this commercial. This is incredible.
Hello, everybody. We're probably Dr. Hook. Go to your local record store and go back to the stock box and look way in the bottom of the box under the albums that they're throwing away. And there you'll probably see our brand new album, Belly Up, just waiting for you to pick it up and say, what is going on in this world?
1, 2, 3, 4. Jack Hoff was getting off in the doorway. Old Jack Hoff was getting off with little Sarah Lee.
With our new album, Belly Up, you get a free, disgusting little surprise.
Penicillin Penny, she's the queen of the Sunset Strip.
So please, buy Belly Up and help us.
And I swear you could taste the chicken and tomatoes and the noodles and the...
It's on Columbia Records and Tapes.
But it really wasn't nothing but...
Dr. Hook will be the host and special guest on the Midnight Special this Friday on Channel 5. You can get the album at Sound Centers, Park Mall in Plano, and Westgate Shopping Center in McKinney.
Everybody's trying to sound so cool, like an FM disc jockey. Well, it was 1973. It was the first year of the Zoo. And here is the commercial for the very first concert that the Zoo ever sponsored.
The Zoo is happy to announce our first concert presentation. KZEW presents the Humble Pie Review. KZEW presents Humble Pie and Fog Hat.
I just want to make
Humble Pie and Fog Hat and John Martin. The Zoo presents the Humble Pie Review.
Maybe that was a concert that you went to years ago. When was that? That was way back, November 30th, 1973. Yes, it's coming up on being 30 years ago. My, oh, my, oh, my.
How long would y'all keep that up before I...
You better hurry up.
Okay. Okay. I was at a party the other day, and I saw a young thing dance. Went up to her, and I did say, honey, where'd you get them bell-bottom pants? She grinned. She gave me a sideways glance. She said her name was Sally. And as to where she got her pants, of course it was up your alley.
Get it.
The cheapest bell-bottom pants store around. 7 locations in this old town. So bring your money and come on down. Up your alley will treat you right.
Now till the 24th at Up Your Alley, all corduroys on sale. Corduroy baggies, including plaid, $7. Corduroy blazers, $7, some with matching $7 pants. All bell-bottom cords, $5. Up Your Alley, Montford at LBJ, Northtown Mall, Preston Center, Big Town, 219 West Jefferson, Wynwood Village, and Village Fair.
Cheapest bell-bottom pants store around. Up Your Alley will treat you right.
There you go. Well, 1973, bell-bottoms. The one thing I'll always remember about John LaBelle is he loved corduroy pants, man. He always seemed to have corduroy pants. Well into the 80s, he was wearing them. Got to take a short break. On the other side, we got to play some of those Coca-Cola commercials. Okay, that's next, right here on the Lost Tapes.
George Gimarc on the Lost Tapes.
Chevy is driving Texas. And make no mistake, this drive is just hitting its stride. Get 0% APR for qualified buyers or $2,000 cash back on Chevy trucks. Plus, get $500 bonus cash on 1500 Series two-wheel drive Silverado pickups until January 31st, 2003. Length of contract limited. See dealer for residency and other restrictions. Take delivery by February 28, 2003 for APR and other cash offers. Or get 0% APR for 60 months for qualified buyers, or $3,000 cash back on Cavalier, Malibu, and Impala. Monthly payments are $1,667 for every $1,000 you finance. Average example down payment is 9.2%. Some customers will not qualify. See dealer for details. Take delivery by February 28, 2003. Yeah, you better believe this drive won't be slowing down anytime soon. See your Texas Chevy dealer today.
If you are in pain and have tried every pain reliever out there and nothing has worked, then it's time for you to try the one that does, PK5. This is a no-nonsense, one-of-a-kind, get-the-job-done, right-now pain reliever. PK5 is used for arthritis, bursitis, joint and muscle pain, back pain, neuropathies, and many other types of pain. It is highly recommended by doctors, pharmacists, national and world champion athletes, coaches, and more importantly, by customers that use it. We here at Icon Labs feel the most honest form of advertising comes not from paid actors, but straight from the customers in sworn affidavits. PK5 is not the same old stuff. It is the most powerful topical pain reliever in the world. PK5 is available at Eckerd, Osco, Savon, Walgreens, and CVS pharmacies. For more information on PK5, visit us online at pk5.com. PK5, changing the way the world deals with pain forever.
Dry eyes, contacts, glasses. Here's what a prominent malpractice attorney has to say about LASIK with Dr. Michael Mazaheri.
Hi, my name is Robert Harris. I'm not a professional athlete or a local celebrity. I am a trial attorney and national counsel. When I decided to have my vision corrected with LASIK surgery, I personally researched all of the major LASIK surgeons in the Metroplex to find the best. As you might guess, as an attorney, I have resources that are not readily available to everyone to help in my search. After looking at all the information, it is clear that Dr. Mazaheri is the best.
LASIK trained at Johns Hopkins. Dr. Mazaheri is the choice of many physicians and attorneys and has completed thousands of LASIK procedures. Call Dr. Michael Mazaheri at 972-889-EYES for your free consultation. That's 972-889-EYES.
Are you tired of baggy eyes and wrinkles? Eyelid cosmetic surgery done under local anesthesia starting at $7.95 per eye. Call 972-235-3937, 972-235-3937 for a free eyelid consultation.
All news all day, plus traffic every 10 minutes on the 8s. News Radio 1080 KRLD.
The Lost Tapes, George Gimarc here, and it's not often that I get to fill a request by playing a commercial, but here goes.
Fortunes, they know all the answers.
I know it, you know it too. Worries only make you blue. When your troubles do anything for you. I know it, you know it too. Things go better with Coca-Cola. Let's get together, we got something to things go better with Coke, 'cause you never get tired of its taste. Coke after Coke. Let's go where the dancing is better with Coke. Have a party and call everyone. It's better with Coke. We're gonna get some fun. It's better with Coke. Out in the sun. People go better with Coca-Cola. Things go better with Coke.
You know, the coolest thing about this campaign is they would take these songs and it would start off sounding just like a song from the group, and then in the last like 20 seconds they would hit the jingle. But for the first part it would kind of like suck you in. You'd go, hey, wow, what is this? Some new record?
The Moody Blues want to work it out.
It's a better world now. I've gotta just lie. Can't be sure of. Makes me want to do all the things I do right for my new love. If I think about how to work it out, I'm on the right track. So I think that I'll just sit here while drinking some Coke to relax.
And they always come back to that.
It's working out fine.
Of course, that's the Moody Blues just before they started working on Days of Future Past, so they still had that old, well, R&B sound that they originally did.
Nancy Sinatra with a word to the wise.
You've been out 6 nights this week and I don't know where you go. Tonight you're staying home with me. There's things that you don't know, like proving